Come to child's pose in the center of your mat, hips to your heels, feet together, knees apart or together. Hands can be extended out in front of you, elbows off the ground, forehead onto the ground. You can move your head from side to side. Let's just start with taking some really deep breaths. So inhale, hold for 3 at the top, and exhale loudly. Today's focus is on Aquarius. Aquarius is intuitive and really in tune with that third eye. So we're going to focus on the third eye today and just flow through Vinyasa. Walk your hands over to the left, right hand over left, extending through that right side, keeping both hips onto your heels. Back to center. Hands can be on your fingertips for a deeper stretch. And walk those hands over to the right. Left palm over right, stretching out that left side. Keeping your left hip down, not allowing your hips to come off your heels. Back to center. Just keep breathing really deep here. And find your way into down dog. Bending one knee and then the other. Breathing deeply, letting out some deep exhales. You can twist to the left, twist to the right slightly. Lift that left leg to the sky, bend and extend that knee a few times just to warm up those hamstrings. You can roll around that hip a few times, knee to chest, and come into a pigeon on the left side. Place a block below your forehead for support, or you can come all the way down to the ground. Since this is the first pigeon of the day, just take it easy. You don't need to go into your fullest extension quite yet. We're going to do this pose again at the end of class. So this is just a warm-up into pigeon. Just really breathing deeply into that left hip. Just sending those thoughts back to the ground. You can move your head from side to side, massaging out that forehead. Aquarius is about making things move and making things come to life. So when Aquarius focuses their attention on something, they can easily manifest. You can keep your eyes closed throughout class. You can rotate your eyes behind you to the back of your head towards your pineal gland. That is where you will find your third eye chakra. You can extend your arms out in front of you or be on your elbows and forearms for support. Aquarius has high vibrations and is ultra eccentric. So we're going to lean into those today. You can lift off back into down dog Lift that left leg to the sky and just work out those kinks. Lift your right leg to the sky, bend and extend, warming up that hamstring, rotating through in a circle. Knee to chest and sit in pigeon. You can lean forward, use a block for support. Don't go to your maximum here. Take in deep breaths into that right hip. Hip should be square to the ground. Right knee at a 90-degree angle. Just releasing all of those thoughts. Asking yourself to let go. Not always being in a state of anticipation. Just being fully in the present. You can extend your arms out in front of you. Try to go a little bit deeper. It's important to sit for a long time in these poses. We carry a lot of trauma in those hips. So just asking those traumas to let go, to release, to forgive, to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Seeing what we can let go of. If any thoughts come up, just let them go. Move that block off to the side, push up with your hands, and push off back into down dog. You could bend each leg, rolling forward through the top of your back into plank and pushing back into down dog. Inhale, roll forward into plank and hold into plank. You can move in a circle around your wrists here, just warming up those wrists, and back around the other side. Knees to the ground for cat-cows. Inhale, cat, exhale, cow. Just pushing off the ground. Inhale, cat. Exhale loudly. You can rotate around in a circle, just moving that tailbone from side to side. Just winding through, pushing out any energy that doesn't need to be there. Push back into down dog. Left leg to the sky. Left knee to left elbow and hold. Leg to sky, knee to center, look up and hold. Leg to sky, knee to right elbow, hold, look up. Knee to sky, left leg, left elbow, knee to sky. Knee to center, look up and hold. Knee to sky, knee to right elbow and hold. Knee to sky. Both legs down for down dog, right leg up. right knee to right elbow, leg to sky, right knee center and look up and hold. You can pulse here. Leg to sky, right knee left elbow, hold, and both legs down for down dog. Bend the knee, look up, jump, step, or hop forward. Flat back, fold forward. Arms up, look up, palm to chest, and fold forward. Jump or step back into plank, chaturanga and hold, looking up dog, down dog. Left leg to the sky, swim your leg through. Warrior 1 with your palms to your third eye, slight back bend. Roll forward, left leg back to the sky, right leg to the sky. Swim through to Warrior 1 with your palms on your eyebrows. Roll forward, down dog. Left leg to the sky, swim through. Warrior 2, right knee, left knee out. Straighten that leg. Back into down dog, right leg to the sky, swim through. Warrior 2. Straighten. Fold down into down dog. Bend the knees, jump, step, or hop forward, flat back, fold forward. Swim the arms up, look up, palms to chest, and fold forward. Hands to the ground, step back into plank, chaturanga and hold, up dog, down dog. Left knee to the sky, swim that leg through. Warrior 1, palms to third eye, slight back bend. Both hands to the ground, step back into down dog. Right leg to the sky, swim through. Warrior 1, palms to third eye chakra, slight back bend. Forward into down dog. Bend the knees, jump, step, or hop forward. Flat back. Down, fold forward, swim up, look up, palms to the chest. Palms on the ground, step or hop back to down dog. Left leg to the sky. Bend your knees, swim through. Warrior 2, left knee should be turned out. Lean forward into Trikonasana, left leg straight and look up. Bend the knee, side angle. Hands to the ground, back into down dog. Right leg to the sky, right knee in, swim through. Warrior 2. Side angle, right hand to the ground, left leg to the sky, straighten. Bend the knee, arms to the ground, down dog. Bend the knee, jump, step, or hop forward. Flat back, fold forward. Arms to the sky, look up, palms to chest, and fold forward. Hands on the ground, jump or hop, step back, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Bend the knees, jump, step, or hop forward. Flat back, fold forward. Swim up, arms up, look up. Fold forward, palms to chest. Palms to ground, plank, chaturanga and hold. Up dog. And down dog. Left leg to the sky, knee to chest, swim through. Warrior One. Palms to third eye chakra. Hips should be parallel. Slight back bend, look up to the sky. And bend the knee, hands to the ground. Hands clasped behind you for Humble Warrior. Your head should be to the right of your left knee. You can grab a strap here if you need. Bring your right hand behind your head and attempt to clasp both hands behind you. Still in Warrior One. Lean back with your hands clasped. Lean forward into Humble Warrior with your hands clasped behind you, attempting to dig into that left heel. Rotate into side angle. Straighten your knee. Trikonasana. Warrior Two. Straighten that knee, reverse Trikonasana, bend the knee back into Warrior Two. Back bend into Reverse Warrior. Bring your heels in, toes out. We're going to come into Goddess here. So find your center. You can pulse a bit here to get comfortable. Twist to the right, hands on your thighs. Twist to the left. Twist to the right. Twist to the left. Keep breathing. Legs straight. Bring your arms clasped behind you. Right hand overhead, left hand come under and behind you. Clasp your hands and fold forward. This not only helps you get deeper into your fold, but warms up your shoulders. You can place your hands on the ground here, attempting to get your head closer to the ground. Let's come into Ninja on the left. Left knee bent, right leg straight. Center, swim through to the other side. Right knee bent, left leg straight. And let's come to facing the back of our mat in Warrior One. So right knee is bent. Left foot is perpendicular to the back of your mat, hands to the sky. Hips are parallel. Bring your left elbow behind your head. You can use a strap here over your left shoulder. And then either clasp your hands behind your back or use the strap for support. Lean forward and come into Humble Warrior, attempting to get your head inside of your right knee. Your right knee is bent, left leg is straight. Come back up. Bring your palms to that third eye, slight back bend, hands to the ground. Shift into side angle. And let's come into Warrior Two. Look forward. Reverse Warrior. Straighten that right leg and reverse Trikonasana. Come forward into Trikonasana. Right arm on the ground, left arm in the sky. You can look up. Bend that knee into Ninja. Ninja on the right, center, Ninja on the left. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Find your way to Down Dog. Bend the knee, jump, step, hop forward. Feet together, come onto your tippy toes, hands to the sky. Swim those arms behind you. And balance on those tippy toes. Straighten your legs, heels to the ground, right knee up and back around you. Hip open into Warrior 3. Right hand to the sky, left hand to the ground, looking up. Using your right hand to grab your foot with a slight back bend. And release slowly. Bring that right leg in, bending your left knee and kicking that right leg to the sky. Keep kicking. So bringing it down, kicking it up. Just some leg lifts here to stretch out those hamstrings. Keep going. Keep kicking. And bring that right leg behind you to the back of the mat. Bend that left knee and bring your arms into ninja. So left elbow under right elbow and lean back. Swim forward into warrior, humble warrior. Hands to the ground, step back into down dog. Bend the knees, step forward, flat back, fold forward, swim up. Come onto your toes, feet together, knees bent. Fly your arms behind you, flat back, still on your toes, just balancing here. Straighten, bring the knee to your chest and swim that knee back behind you into Warrior 3. Left leg is turned out slightly, right arm on the ground, left arm to the sky. Attempting to be as perpendicular as possible, grabbing that foot behind you into a slight back bend. And release. Some more leg kicks here, so bending and straightening that right leg while you're kicking your left leg up and down. This helps with alignment as well as builds some muscle and stretches out that hamstring. Step back into Warrior 1. Arms in ninja. Left elbow under right elbow. Back bend. Lean forward into humble warrior. Head should be aimed in front of your right knee, both arms to the ground. Step back into down dog. Left leg to the sky. Swim that leg forward into Warrior 1. Arms to the sky. Palms to third eye chakra. Just remembering your intention for the day. Let's bring that right arm behind you and leaning forward, arms clasped behind your back for humble warrior. And lean forward into Warrior 3, keeping your arms clasped behind you. Step back, release into Warrior 2, and come into side angle. Right arm over your head, reverse warrior, straighten out that front leg, and lean into Trikonasana. So left arm on the ground, right arm to the sky, looking up. Come back to reverse warrior, right hand behind you. Bring your heels in, toes out into goddess. You can just swim your arms from right to left here, just finding your center. Twist to the right, hands on your thighs, twist to the left, just pulsing up and down. Bring those palms to that third eye chakra. You can close your eyes here, attempt to roll your eyes behind your head to find that pineal gland. Focus on that intention, bringing your right hand behind you, arms clasped behind you, and folding forward, keeping your hands clasped. This is stretching out your shoulders and helping you lean forward more. Release those hands to the ground. You can attempt to get that forehead on the ground. Let's swim over to the back of your mat. So both hands to the back of your mat, right knee bent, come into warrior one. On your right knee, arms straight up above you. Now bring your palms to that third eye again. You can use a strap to help you. Strap on your left shoulder. Left hand behind you. Right hand come up and under. Either clasping your fingers or stretching forward into humble warrior. Continuing to clasp or using that strap. Launch forward onto that right leg, lifting your left leg to the sky for warrior three while your hands remain clasped behind you. Step back, release the strap, and come into warrior two. Right heel should be in line with the center of your back foot. Lean into side angle. And reverse warrior. Straighten out that leg, fold forward into Trikonasana. Reverse Trikonasana. Heels in, toes out. Let's come down to ninja on the right. Right knee bent, left leg straight. You can bring your arms out in front of you for balance. Swim through center and come to the other side. Bring both arms to the front of your mat. Step back into down dog. Hips to the sky. Left leg to the sky. Knee in. And bring your right knee to the ground. Hands up. You can bring both palms together and twist over to the right, right elbow over left knee. Right toes come under and push your knee off the ground. For a reverse lunge. And let's come into crescent, arms off the ground above your head. Swim those arms back down to the ground, right knee to the ground, and bend and straighten your left leg. We're prepping for the splits here, so just warming up that left hip and that left thigh. Sit back into half splits, so sitting your right heel down, your right hip down onto your right heel. And come into your splits on the left side, bringing a block underneath your left thigh. Just sitting here for about 20 seconds or so. Swim that left leg back, both knees bent on the ground. Stretching up into puppy, so arms extended out in front of you, chin to the ground, hips to the sky. And let's come down to your bellies into Sphinx. Look up. Lay your forehead on the ground, bring your arm clasp behind you, and fly everything off the ground. So chest to the sky, forehead back onto hands, just laying down for a second. And fly everything up. Arms clasped behind you, feet together and in the air. Look up. Release. Forehead to hands. One more time. Hands clasped behind you. Release everything into the air. Feet together. Just fly up and let go. Push up into plank. Down dog. Right leg to the sky, right knee in, come forward, left knee down to the ground, hands to the sky. Arms to the ground, bend and extend that right knee. Just warming up for splits on the right side. Sit back onto that left heel, fold forward into half splits. Come back into that lunge, left knee on the ground, arms to the sky. Twist over to the left side, both palms together, left elbow over right knee. Lift that back knee off the ground. Advanced yogis can extend both arms out, hands to the front of your mat. Bring that block over and come down into your splits slowly, setting that block underneath your right thigh. Both hips should be squared. You can roll from left to right here. That helps me open up my hips. Swim that right leg behind you, both knees bent, hips to the sky, arms stretched out in front of you for puppy, chin to the ground, looking up. And coming down onto your belly, into Sphinx, elbows at your side. Lay your forehead onto your arms, bring your arms behind you, clasp behind you. And lift your chest off the ground and release. Forehead to your hands. Clasp your arms behind you and fly everything off the ground. Lift everything up. And release. Forehead to your hands. One more time. Arms clasped behind you, look up, lift up, fly, and release. Forehead onto hands. Bring both feet in and grab both your feet with your hands and fly everything up. And release. You can keep holding on to that right foot and bend that knee. Bring that right foot to your right cheek and reverse, left foot to left cheek. And stretching out those thighs. Clasp your fingers and bring them around to the back of your head, head onto the ground. You can play with lifting up one leg and then the other in dolphin. So forearms are on the ground in a triangle. You can rest here for a moment. Head on the ground, lift one leg up, balancing onto those forearms. Lift one leg up and then the other, and then sit down on your heels again. Just relax. And one more time, balance. More advanced yogis can just sit in their headstand here. Sit in child's pose, bring your arms behind you. We're going to attempt to kick into handstand here. So both arms on the ground, straight. Just bending and trying to jump off one leg. Just small hops here, nothing major. If you're not advanced, please go against a wall. Just getting in the practice of putting all of our weight onto our hands and shoulders. And come into child's pose, arms behind you. And sit up. And just relax and breathe. Let's come into child's pose with your knees apart, feet together, knees wide, arms out in front of you, elbows off the ground, forehead on the ground. Just moving your head from side to side, taking some really deep breaths here, loud exhales. Sending those thoughts back to the ground. Let's come to seated, with your legs extended out in front of you, arms to the sky, fold forward. You can grab the backs of your feet, looking forward. Take a block and place it in front of your feet, holding onto the sides of the block for a deeper forward fold. You can bring the block up to your toes and play with stretching your toes out and release the block to the side. You can massage out those thighs. Bend your right knee over your left leg, left arm to the sky, left elbow over right elbow, and twist. Right arm to the ground. Close your eyes here, just focusing on that third eye. Just pulsing into that right hip. And release that right leg, bend the left knee, bring your right foot over your left leg. And twist, right knee around left leg. Left arm to the ground. Just closing your eyes here and focusing on that third eye center. You can attempt to bring your eyes, rolling your eyes behind your head. Digging into that pineal gland and release. Come onto your backs. We're going to do some pulses here. So shoulders should be tucked. Pulse up. Pulse up. Pulse those hips up to the sky and squeeze at the top. Keep pulsing and squeeze. Pulse and squeeze. Pulse and squeeze. Pulse and squeeze, pulse and squeeze, pulse and squeeze. Now tilt over to the right side, just squeezing one side and then the other. And now squeezing both, Just keeping those hips off the ground, not releasing back to the ground. And release back down to the ground. You can do some crunches here, so bring your hands behind your head and lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift that right knee to the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn that right knee out. A bit of a turnout for all my ballerinas. Straighten that right leg and lift the arms to the sky. Keep crunching, keep pulsing. Forehead to the ceiling. Keep crunching, bend the knee. Keep crunching. And switch sides, left knee up. Keep crunching. Slight turnout here and keep crunching. Left knee extends to the sky. Arms to the sky, keep pulsing. Pulse up. Pulse up. Bend the knee, keep pulsing. Foot down, keep pulsing. Circle to the right. Keep circling. 4, 5, and now rotate to the right. Keep circling. 4, 5, and hold your knees in and release. Extend your legs out. Hands come up out to a T. We're going to scissor our legs up, one foot in front of the other to a count of 5. Keep scissoring as you move up and down. When you reach the bottom, don't put your feet down and scissor for 10. Up and down. Don't release to the ground. Keep scissoring. Scissor up, scissor down. Keep scissoring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Hands to the heels and stretch into straddle. So hands to the heels, stretch into straddle. You can pulse, scissor, hands to the heels, stretch into straddle, and pulse. Feet together, knees apart into butterfly, right hand over the heart, left hand over the belly. Just taking in some really deep breaths here. Great job. And release some really deep breaths. You can do some lion's breath here, sticking your tongue out. We're going to do a supported bridge here, so you can lift off of your toes, bring a block above your tailbone onto your lower back and release into a supported bridge. Your block doesn't have to be at maximum, it could be on its side. You can lift one leg, lift the other, and release that block. Knock in those knees, feet outside of your mat. It's really important to knock your knees after you do any type of back bending. It releases the lower back. Feet back onto the ground. Lift up and place the block underneath, above your tailbone, onto your lower back. And just fully surrendering onto that block. Lift one leg, lift the other, both legs up, just surrendering onto that block, feet flexed, and release the feet to the ground. Release the block, knock in the knees, and let go. We're going to prep for wheel here, so bring your hands to the sides of your ears, toes should be in, heels should be out, and push up into wheel. You could come onto your tippy toes, lifting one leg and then the other. Wheel is more about opening up the front of your chest than it is about using your lower back. So really using your arms here and pushing your heart open. This is much more of a heart opener than it is a back bend. And release down to the ground, just rolling down, knocking in those knees. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. So arms by your ears, push up. Pushing through that chest, more so than your lower back. If you want, you could come down onto your forearms, hands clasped behind your head. This is a more advanced pose, so come into it slowly. You can attempt to straighten out your legs, really pushing through the top of your chest here and making sure you're not forcing your lower back into anything. If you feel any pain, immediately come out of it. Push back up into wheel and roll back down onto your back. Let's come into knock your knees in. Twist to the left, bring both knees in, twist over to the side, look over to the right, hands out in T. Knees to center, twist over to the other side, look in the opposite direction. You can hold your knees to the ground with your hands. And knees to center. Let's roll up into seated. Legs crossed. Bring your feet together, knees apart. Hands under your feet. Sit straight up and then fold forward. Come into straddle and fold over to the left side, right arm over your head. Attempting to grab your foot, release, arms above your head, facing your left leg and fold forward. Both hips to the ground. And come center. You can use a block to place under your forehead. Arms can be stretched out in front of you. More advanced yogis can fold all the way forward. And really just releasing your thoughts here. They say flexibility is in the mind, so just asking yourself to let go. Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Just staying in the present, just being here. Let's come to the right side, so left arm over your head, both arms to the sky, facing your leg, and fold forward. You can grab the back of your foot. Stretch center again. Allowing yourself to get really deep into this pose here. Release the block and attempt to roll forward into your middle split, even for just a second, using your hands for support. You don't need to slide all the way down into your fullest. And then slide your legs back behind you. You can bend your knees. Sitting back onto those heels in child's pose. Coming onto your all fours and then pushing back into down dog, left leg to the sky. And let's come into pigeon again. So this time let's be in our deepest pigeon. Both hips should be squared and forward. You can use a block under your head. Just really sitting into that left hip. Your hip should be really warm here, so you should be much deeper than you were at the beginning of class. You can extend your arms out in front of you. Just dropping down into that hip, breathing into that hip, asking it to release and let go. Push off to the ground into down dog, left leg to the sky. Just rolling out that hip and just getting out any soreness. Right leg to the sky, knee bent, and come into pigeon on the right. Left leg extended, right knee bent to a 90-degree angle. Resting your forehead to a block or onto the ground. Just breathing into that right hip, sitting into that right hip. You can rock from side to side if it helps. Sometimes I like to massage my forehead even further if I feel like I can't sit in it any longer. Just getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Knowing that the only way out and up is through. So pushing through, getting to that next level. Arms extended out in front of you. You can lower that block, just get a little deeper. Just really keep breathing deep. And push up off the ground. You can sit on your right butt cheek, swim those legs over. Just lie on your back, bring in that right knee, left leg straight. Just roll into that right hip, just circle it around, massage it out. You can extend that right leg to the sky, push it towards you, right hand over right heel, push out to the side and release back down to the ground in front of you. Opposite knee to chest. Just roll that knee in a circle. Just releasing any soreness from that pigeon. Extend up into the air. Extend straight. Left hand to left heel, stretching out to the side. And release that leg to the ground. Both knees to chest. Give yourself the deepest hug. Breathe in so deep here. Hold your breath at the top for 3. And fully release, let go. Both legs outside of the mat. Arms to the side. Shoulders tucked in under. Flat back. And let go. Completely surrender. Great job. That was a lot of work. Don't forget to remember that third eye. That third eye chakra. That intuition, just tapping into your intuition, that voice that leads you and guides you. That's the voice you want to follow. When you're uncertain, you tap back into that third eye. You are your own guide. You know what's best for you. You only need to ask yourself. You don't need to ask anyone else. That third eye, that pineal gland, that's what also taps us into that one consciousness that we all share, because we all want the same thing. We're all the same. That third eye chakra can tap us into the future. It can set us on the right path. Continuing to stay present, focusing on that third eye. What messages are you receiving? What are you commanding into the future? What do you want to manifest? If you can imagine it, then you can make it come true. Just fully release. Come back to the present if your mind wanders. Your mind should be quiet at this point. All that chatter should come to an end. Just remember that Aquarius energy, that high energy. Sometimes you need to go through these motions and release them in order to return back into your highest self and your highest vibration. There's nowhere you need to be, there's nowhere you need to go. Just always remaining present, always coming back here. When you feel uncertain, if you don't know what to do, you always come back to yourself. Just wiggle your fingers and toes, bring your feet together, arms above your head. Breathe in real deep here and exhale loudly. Roll over onto one side, leaning your head on your arm into this sacred nurturing pose, just taking care of yourself always, being sweet and soft with yourself, pushing off the ground, head comes last, Looking down to the ground, crossing your legs. Right hand over your heart, left hand over your belly. Taking in 3 deep breaths here. Holding your breath at the top for 3 seconds and letting go. Pushing your eyes back behind your head to reach that pineal gland. Remembering that there is no good and bad, that they're both and they live together simultaneously. Both palms to the forehead, that third eye chakra. The light within me sees the light within you. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Thank you for coming. Bow your head. Namaste, everyone.